You're watching this video, aren't you? This lesson is about question tags, isn't it? You want to learn how to use them, don't you? Hi everyone, it's Scott here from That's English School. 今回のテーマはですね、Tag Questions。日本語で言うと、付加疑問文になりますよね。ですよねとか、ではないですよねと確認をしたり、同意を求めたりするときに使いますね。日本語でもよく耳にする言葉ですよね。日本に初めて来たときにね、寒いね。
寒いな、寒いよね、寒いよな、寒いんだよね、寒いんだよな、寒いんだね、寒いんだね。
だな。どういう意味なんだろうと思いまして、すぐ日本語の先生に聞きました。日常英会話でよく登場するパターンですので、きちんと理解しないとダメですね。ポイントは3つあります。文章の作り方、答え方、あとは最後にイントネーションですよね。Okie dokie. I think it's time to get started, isn't it? How do we make sentences with tag questions? It's snowing quite heavily, isn't it? Tomorrow we have that meeting, don't we? You don't like chocolate, do you? In these examples, the parts tagged on to the end, isn't it? Don't we? Do you? These are called question tags. It's snowing quite heavily, isn't it? Tomorrow we have that meeting, don't we? You don't like chocolate, do you? In written English, a tag question always has a comma before the tag. Don't forget it. Let's look in more detail about how these sentences are made. It's very simple. There are two types. Type 1. We have a positive statement and a negative tag. It's snowing quite heavily, isn't it? Type 2. We have a negative statement and a positive tag. You don't like chocolate, do you? Here's a special point that I want you to remember. We never use question tags with a question. Do you have a car? Do you? The be verb. This is the most common verb in English. We have am, is, are, was, and were. These are all forms of the be verb. Now, if we have be in the statement, then we have to have be in the tag. It is very hot today, isn't it? So we have positive statement, negative tag, we have is in the statement, and is in the tag. These chips are good, aren't they? So we have a positive statement and a negative tag. We have are in the statement, and so we have are in the tag. That movie wasn't so good, was it? We have a negative statement and a positive tag. So we have was in the statement, and so we must have was in the tag. Those kids were noisy, weren't they? So we have a positive statement and a negative tag. We have were in the statement, so we have were in the tag. So, are you starting to see how it works? Now here is a special point about using am. When we're using I am in a question tag, we have to change the am to are. I'm next in line, amn't I? When we're using I, we have to say aren't I. I'm next in line, aren't I? I'm the most handsome guy in this video, aren't I? One more important point. Question tags are used a lot in spoken English. So they're usually used in the contracted form. So it sounds pretty weird to say, "It is a warm day, is it not?" Unless you want to sound like a character from a Shakespearean play, then use the contracted form. It's warm today, isn't it? この動画について何か聞きたいことがあったらね、ぜひコメント欄のところに何でも聞いてください。英語でも日本語でも大丈夫ですよ。Okay? Recently we've had quite a few questions, so it's really fun to interact with everybody out there. So anything that you want to ask me about today's video, go ahead and ask in the comments. Okay? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Let's get on with the video. What is an auxiliary verb? Well, they're also known as helping verbs. The primary auxiliary verbs are be, have, and do. We also have another type of auxiliary verb. They are called modal verbs, and they're used in the same way. These are can, could, may, might, must, ought to, shall, should, and will. I nearly remembered them all. That's a long list. Okay, if we use an auxiliary verb or a modal verb in the statement, then we have to use it in the tag too. You can play the guitar, can't you? So what's the main verb? The main verb is play. And what's the auxiliary verb? It's can. So we have to use can in the tag too. You can play the guitar, can't you? You're going to the party, aren't you? So what's the main verb? It's going. And what is the auxiliary verb? It's are. So we have to use are in the question tag. You're going to the party, aren't you? We haven't been there in a while, have we? The main verb is been, and the auxiliary verb is have. So we have to use have in the tag. We haven't been there for a while, have we? So look at this statement. Now this is an interesting one. Keiko plays tennis. The main verb is play. There is no be and there is no auxiliary. So what do we use? Well, in this kind of case, we use do, does, or did. Keiko plays tennis, doesn't she? Your sisters work in London, don't they? Answering tag questions. Now the first one is pretty easy because it's a positive statement followed by a negative tag. So it's pretty easy to answer this one. It's a lovely day, isn't it? Yes, it is. So this means I agree. I think so too. No, it isn't. This means I disagree. I don't think it's a lovely day. Now the next one is more tricky. It's a negative statement followed by a positive tag. You aren't very good at tennis, are you? No, I'm not. So this means I agree. I think I'm not good at tennis too. Or not good at tennis either. And on the other hand, yes, I am. It's disagreeing. It means, actually, I am good at tennis. I think I'm good at tennis. Wait a minute. It's the opposite. Yes, is いえ。No is はい。That's very confusing, isn't it? Okay, let's look at some more examples. Tom Cruise is a great actor, isn't he? Yes, he is. I loved him in Mission Impossible. Cats can't swim very well, can they? No, they can't. Cats hate water. Nakai-kun from SMAP isn't a very good singer, is he? No, he isn't. Everyone knows he has a terrible singing voice. Ice cream tastes good on a hot summer day, doesn't it? Yes, it does. It really helps you to cool down on a hot summer's day. When we use question tags, we have two types of intonation. The first one is rising intonation. And the next one is falling intonation. I just wanted to do that. When we use rising intonation, we are really asking a question. We need information. This is my coffee, isn't it? Because I don't want to drink another person's coffee. You don't know where my keys are, do you? This spelling is wrong, isn't it? You've met my brother Steve, haven't you? When the intonation falls, we are confirming information. It's not a real question. We are just asking for agreement. Today is really humid, isn't it? He's such a nice guy, isn't he? Atsushi's breath smells so bad, doesn't it?
Ew, gross!
Tag questions are really important, aren't they? It's homework time! Okay, who wants homework? Me! Fantastic. Okay, now, so this Japanese sentence, I want you to change it into English and write your answer in the comment section. Okay? この日本語を英語にしてください。あと、答えをコメント欄のところに、入れてください。後でチェックしますよ。Okay? So what does it say? It says, 昨日の夜、怒ってたよね。昨日の夜、怒ってたよね。Okay, please put this into English and remember to add a tag question. Good luck, everybody, and give it a try. And that's how we use tag questions. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Pay particular attention to the intonation and how to answer to sound nice and natural. Remember, it's not always rising intonation. A lot of the time, it's falling intonation. Now, the next video up is going to be this one over here. 日本人が発音できない意外な英単語。Okay? I'll see you over there. Thank you.